10 deep in the first quarter alone.
Yeah.
And played all 10 of those players heavy minutes all night long. What was your thinking behind that? What were you going for there?
Yeah, I mean, it's May, and I have a responsibility to make sure that our team can be at its best at the right time. This is Elena Beer's first game action of the 19 season, so it would not be fair to her or to the team to extend her minutes on night one. It's not easy to guard Kayla McBride when you're healthy and fresh and, you have energy. Shanae as well. She didn't play overseas this year. So she's also kind of working her way through getting back to her maximum, physical condition, etc. So several of our players are still getting to a point where for 25, 28, 30, 32 minutes out of 40, they can play at a level that is required to win. I also thought it was important for players like Kalani Brown, who, you talk about a situation, like your first WNBA game, Kalani didn't play in the preseason either. So that some of this, you have to get her an opportunity to just play and get out on the court. Alexis Jones is a young guard who hasn't had much opportunity in the past, that we're relying on a lot to be our backup point guard right now. You have to get her out there. Tonight was not for the championship, so it was just important, in my opinion. Maybe it was wrong, but just to really try and stay fresh, so that we can sustain more effort. And I think when we did go to some fresher bodies, we dropped off a little bit and we didn't finish the first quarter as strong as we started it.
How do you kind of balance those two things going forward this early in the season, with wanting to win games, obviously, but more importantly, wanting to be the best version of your team in a few months? How do you?
It's tough. Yeah, it's tough in the W because you can't have bad weeks, because 2, 3, 4 losses like in a 34-game season, it just makes it hard to climb up a hill. It's too short of a runway. So we can't, it's not about just throwing games away to figure some things out. But we play tonight, and our next game is on next Friday, or this coming Friday. And so, it's not as though we're just going to approach this, as though these games don't mean something. But after tonight, we play Friday, then we go out on what typically is a Staples Center playoff road trip, but there's no playoffs. So we go to New York, we go to Connecticut, we go to Minnesota, we come back, we go to Phoenix. So it starts to pick up quickly, and but we have an opportunity this week to get better. And had we won this game tonight, like what we do at practice on Tuesday doesn't change, and that that's something that we'll continue to learn.
Coach, you may have answered this question earlier, and I apologize for if I
Let me finish this real quick.
I'm sorry.
No, she was great. She had a great W offseason with UMMC. They won the Euro basket as well as Russian championship. And that's how she's looked for the last 6 months. And she started for a reason. And we're very confident in what she can do. I can't say more good stuff because she's a really talented player, and we're excited to have her.
Let me ask you, Kobe's
Sorry,
been.
let me
Yeah.
Sorry, Coach, you may have answered this question earlier, and I apologize if I'm going over things, but when that three-pointer at the end of the first quarter was called off, did you sense a change in the momentum of how this game was going to go?
Not the entire rest of the game, but for sure, at the time, the way we finished the quarter, we were kind of starting to stumble and struggle a little bit, and that 3 points could have just given us a little bit of, like when you look up at the scoreboard and you're behind, it just kind of keeps you closer, and psychologically for the players, I think that would have helped them to start the second quarter. But we're, in 3 months, we're going to be down by 6 points at the end of the first quarter. We're going to be down by 15 at halftime, and we'll be better able to come out in the third quarter and work the game the way we need to work it in order to have a chance to win.
What was it like to see Kobe there? I mean, he's been so supportive of the league and the team, but it was nice. I mean, I've seen him at some home games, but he's never like on the road. So what was it like to kind of see him out
No,
there tonight?
I think it's great. I mean, we're all just trying to be impactful in this world, and it's clear that Kobe's positively impacting the women's game and youth girls in a way that, it's great to see.
Yeah.
He makes a difference when he shows up somewhere or when he says something. People react, people listen. And I think it's hard to estimate how impressionable the young girls are on his team, and young women being able to see women in the W like performing and working and being elite athletes, to be able to go to Phoenix Mercury and watch them practice and talk to Diana Taurasi, and to come to Vegas and watch the Sparks and the Aces play. Like, for a 10-year-old girl or 11-year-old girl, like that's impactful.
Yeah.
So for those reasons, it's great to see him.
And you've known Gianna since before she was born. I mean, there was like that viral video. I mean, she looks like her dad.
She does. Very similar demeanor and personality, and you can tell that he's not far away. He's right there as a father should be with his daughter.
You had Sinead come off the bench today. Is that pretty much what you're set on? Are you still kind of playing with the idea of having her in the starting lineup, or?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it'll be night to night. Tonight we wanted to be a little bigger. We felt like Maria could help us. We weren't sure if Liz was playing or not, so we had made a decision with her in.
Okay.
And I don't know if it would have changed if she wasn't playing. Maria's really good, and Sinead's really good. And there'll be nights where one needs to start and the other one doesn't. They're great people. They're willing to do whatever we need. And so we'll just kind of see, how we decided going forward.